Hello and welcome to the webinar. My name is Jess Larkin and I am the Marketing and Communication Specialist at Cornerstone. Today we're talking about how you can optimize your email inbox for efficiency and productivity. My information is on the screen if you'd like to get in contact with me, and don't forget to check us out on social media. We post industry and Cornerstone updates and information, so visit Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube to give us a follow. Now let's talk about tackling your email inbox. According to recent studies, consumers receive approximately 128 emails each day. This means consumers receive an average of 45,990 emails each year, 5.25 emails per hour, and approximately 1 email every 12 minutes. That's a lot of noise, and those emails are mixed with both things that you don't really need to know about and important emails that actually need to be tasked. Now, many people sing the praises of inbox zero, which is a method to keep your inbox empty at all times. I don't think that this is the sustainable approach, especially if not for the everyday health insurance agent. Instead, we're going to talk about how we can manage our emails in our inbox and, by extension, the amount of time that we're spending answering and organizing those emails. So first, you want to cut down on the noise and unsubscribe from emails and newsletters that you do not regularly view. The vendor you worked with 5 years ago but no longer do business with, the bakery that delivered donuts to your office once, the notifications you received from Facebook or LinkedIn letting you know that that you have received notifications. It's all noise and unnecessary. Additionally, there are plenty of spam emails that make their way into your inbox without ever receiving an opt-in. You'd be surprised how many emails are clogging up your inbox that you don't actually read. There are some sites out there like Enroll Me, Clean Email, and Unlister that are designed to make the process of unsubscribing from multiple emails quicker and easier, and many of those have free subscriptions as well. The best one that I've seen is Clean Email, which has both a free and a premium subscription. This tool makes it easy to instantly unsubscribe from any unwanted subscription, even if it doesn't include an unsubscribe link. So you can try that out at www.clean.email. You can also mark email as spam to your email provider to ensure that those companies without permission to email you can no longer send you emails. On Outlook, the option to block sender is located at the top left corner of the email you receive, which I showed on the screen here. And on Gmail, you simply hit the report, spam, and unsubscribe. All email providers have some sort of thing like this so that you can report spam from your email. Once you have shut the noise out from your inbox, it's easier to determine the urgency and the importance of the emails that you actually need. Next, you want to declutter your inbox. After you've unsubscribed to the excess, it's time to go through your email and start decluttering what you no longer need. We all have emails that we have put aside thinking, oh, that's super important and I definitely need to save it for later, only to have it gather dust in the deep corners of your inbox. Don't be afraid to put emails in the trash, but if you do have an email that you think will be useful in the future, just archive it. Additionally, we all have emails with ideas that we aren't ready to implement. With these emails, either add them to your long-term to-do list or create a folder in your inbox for ideas. That way, when you do get some time on your hands, you can revisit that folder or that task in action, but it's not cluttering up your inbox where the more pressing tasks need to take precedence. My next step is to schedule 2 times throughout your day to tackle your email. It's easy to get caught up in the email hustle, so much so that you have to spend a whole day just managing your inbox. But this doesn't bring you any closer to your goals. Instead, consider throwing some time on your calendar each day to spend 30 minutes tackling, responding to, and organizing your email inbox. Commit to only spending those 2 30-minute time blocks to emails so that you can focus the rest of your day on taking care of your more pressing tasks, like running quotes or returning phone calls to your clients. Now, here's the most important part about this schedule. If there's an email that you can tackle in under 5 minutes during that time, just do it. Don't put it on your task manager, just take action on it now. If an email doesn't require a response from you, archive it now. Don't wait. Tackling your email is a lot like keeping your home clean. It's much easier to tackle the day-to-day 5-minute tasks now rather than letting them build up over the next month and having to tackle them all at once. One way to ensure you're only tackling your email during those scheduled times is to turn off your notifications, both on your phone and on your desktop. If you receive a notification that you have a new email, it's very difficult to ignore that email and continue on with your task. Turning off your notifications will help you keep your focus and make it easier to tackle your email on the schedule. The next tip is to use categories or labels. When you receive an email, it needs a home, whether that's in a folder, whether it's in your tasks, or in a specific category. I personally use a mixture of a folder structure, which I'll talk about more a little bit later, and a category system. I use a number of different categories to delineate what next steps need to be taken with each email. A couple of the categories I have are as follows. To do. This category holds all the emails that I receive that need some sort of tasked action. For instance, if I receive an email about a flyer that needs to be made, I'll categorize that email as to do and add it to my to-do list. This may not be the answer for everyone. Sometimes adding these tasks to your to-do list directly after receiving the email is the best way to go instead of just categorizing it. A lot of people don't necessarily like using their email inbox as a task holder as well. With my own personal task list that I use in Notion, which is a great productivity tool that I highly recommend, I tend to put my tasks on a list and then add additional notes that may have come from the email. So if somebody asked me to create a flyer for them, I would write in my task list, create a flyer for this person with a deadline, a priority level, and the progress of that task. Then I'll open a new page for that task and add any notes that I need to remember about that task that was in the email, like who the audience is, the information that needs to be included, the contact details, and so on. That way, I've captured that task appropriately, and I can get rid of that email from my inbox. Again, this is how I handle my tasks, but you can do whatever works best for you. The second category I use is respond, and that's where I put all of my emails that require a response, but I don't have time to get to it just yet. Like I said, more than 5 minutes, you can wait on it, but if it's going to be an under 5-minute task, just do it now. Don't even bother with the category. The next category is waiting on response. This category is for those emails that I'm waiting on somebody else for that I might need to follow up later on. I check through this category every week or so to determine if I need to send a second follow-up email. The last category is review, and this category is for the emails that may require a response but have some kind of resource that needs to be reviewed. For example, if a vendor sends me a sales deck about a marketing opportunity they can offer, I'll usually put that in my review category so I can sit down with it and review it with intention. So now we're going to switch over to Outlook. To create your own categories in Outlook, simply go to the Home tab, which we're at right now. And at the top of the screen, there is a Categorize button on the right-hand side, and you would just click that drop-down button. And then you would add categories by clicking All Categories, and then you can add new ones. So as you can see here, I have all of my categories that I've created. And then once those categories are created, all you have to do is right-click on your email, and then there's a Categorize button. And then you would choose that category. Now, here's a pro tip. In Outlook, I tend to organize my inbox by categories, as you can see on the right-hand side here, instead of by date received. And this helps me manage my priorities better. And it means that my newest emails are added to the top of the inbox and the rest of the emails are organized for me below in their categories. So if I do click on received to filter by received instead, you can see the difference between the two. The categories are just a little bit wilder, whereas if I just filter it by category, then I can see, oh, here are all my to-do items. Here's one that I need to review. And here's some stuff that I need to respond to, things that I'm waiting on, so on and so forth. And in my opinion, organizing by category is just a lot less overwhelming to look at. So that's a pro tip for me. All right, next we go to Gmail. In Gmail, you can categorize your emails by assigning labels to your emails. So to create these labels, you click on Manage Labels, which is on this side of the screen. You just click that drop down, and it says Create New Label. When that label is created, it'll pop up on the left-hand side here, and you can give it a color, you can create a sub-label for it, you can do anything that you need to. And then you can add emails to those labels by just dragging and dropping. Additionally, you can prioritize your emails by adding stars to your most important emails on Gmail. So this one is the only email that I have here as a test. There's a star here, and that'll help me know that this is one of the more important emails in my inbox. You can also use the tasks function in Outlook and in Gmail to add items to your to-do list. I talked a little bit about using Google Tasks in my last webinar, so I would go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But here, all you had to do is drag and drop onto your task list, and it becomes a task in itself. That way you can take it off of your email inbox, but it'll still be tasked for you. On Outlook, the tasks are located here at the bottom with this little clipboard with a check mark. You click on that, and your tasks are here. And you can add emails to those. If you go over here to View, To-Do bar, you can add your tasks to the right-hand side of the screen and then drag and drop your tasks on there. In addition to my category system, I've created a folder structure to help keep my email archive under control and which allows me to easily access old emails in a pinch. I keep my folder categories pretty broad because being too detailed with your folders can do more harm than good. So for instance, I have a Monday Minute folder that I use to store any information from our broker advisors that needs to be added to the Monday Minute each week. This keeps those emails out of my inbox and keeps the clutter at bay, but it also gives me a spot to return to each week to add the information needed in the newsletter. Additionally, I have folders for my invoices to make filling out expense reports a lot easier, caption contest folder to hold all of the submissions to the Cornerstone caption contest, and other folders that make it easier for me to separate the emails that do not need my immediate attention. This clears the clutter out of that main inbox and gives me much more control over what is coming in. A note of caution though, many people fall prey to the out of sight, out of mind fallacy when it comes to emails. This means that you may create a folder structure that organizes your emails well, but it may keep you from regularly responding to those emails. So to combat this, I usually keep any emails that need any action in my general inbox, and then once I'm done with them, I'll throw them in the folders. Your folder structure should really act like a filing cabinet. Your inbox is the items that need to be completed, and your folder structure holds your archive that you can revisit later when needed. My last tip is to automate when you can. In Outlook, you can use the rules function to automatically action emails. This is helpful in situations where you want to continue receiving emails, but they're not prioritized enough to be in your general inbox. So for example, if you read the Monday Minute from Cornerstone each week, you can set up a rule in your inbox for the Monday Minute to go directly into a read later folder so that you can read it on your own time without it cluttering your inbox. You can also take advantage of the auto reply feature by setting rules for replies to specified emails. For example, if you're in the throes of the busy season and you send out a general email to all of your clients that requires a response, you can set up an automatic email to go out when they reply to that email so that you have received their email, saying that you have received their email and that you'll get back to them as soon as you can. To learn more about how to use Outlook's features more effectively, you can check out our Tech Tuesday webinar from last year, where our resident tech expert, Tom Levine, covers everything you need to know about using rules, tasks, and other features that are helpful in managing your inbox, and that's specifically for Outlook. And that webinar will be linked in the description box below. Organizing your email inbox can be a pain in the butt to start with, but if you just take an hour or two of your time before the busy season to get everything cleaned up and organized, it'll make it so much easier for you in the long run. Another word of caution, be sure to do this before OEP and AEP so that you can get used to implementing these new systems and routines and make any necessary adjustments by the time the busy season hits. If you're interested in more webinars like this about productivity, I want to hear about it. I also want to hear about what it is that you struggle with when it comes to productivity. So shoot me an email at jlarkin@crnstone.com and let me know. Thank you all for joining today. Everyone stay safe and have a great day.